Arjun?
Yes.
Hel-
Okay.
let's start. Hello and welcome everybody. Today, I, Atharv Anand, along with my peers Videhi Sharma and Arjun Guria, shall be conducting this interview as a part of the YFS Global Changemakers project. Today with us, we have Dr. Mila Mitra. Dr. Mitra is the co-founder and academic head of an innovative company, STEM and Space, that aims to foster interest and skills in science, technology, engineering, and math, STEM, in education, through the exciting domain of astronomy and space. She completed her BSc from St. Stephen's College in New Delhi and her PhD in astronomy from Rice University, Houston. She's an astrophysicist who has worked for more than 20 years at NASA Goddard and NASA AMES on various satellite missions. She is fortunate to have had the experience of working on the Cosmic Background Explorer project while at NASA, which went on to win the Nobel Prize in Physics in 2008. She has worked with several other astronomy, earth science, and remote sensing satellite missions based at NASA AMES, such as Sophia Airborne Observatory and also at Stanford University Linear Accelerator Center. She has won NASA and Goddard Space Flight Center Group Achievement Awards for her work in these projects. In India, she has been very active as a science communicator. She has been the national coordinator for prominent international astronomy programs such as the All India Asteroid Search Campaign, Asteroid Day, and Global Astronomy Month. She has conducted many mass public outreach events in astronomy, including annual solar eclipse observation in 2010 and Venus transit in 2012. She frequently interacts with the public and media and writes a regular astronomy column in Hindustan Times Next. A proposal written by her called Sky on a Bike won International Astronomical Union funding. Dr. Mitra recently conducted a hands on astronomy workshop for educators at the international conference Global Hands on Universe. While at STEM and Space, she has been leading efforts to initiate new workshops to bring astronomy to the community as well as to students. Under her initiative, new workshops such as astrobiology, astrocomputing, and most recently celebrating Chandrayaan 2 were launched, which has been attended by more than 1,000 students. The organization has been awarded Giant Moon and Mars Maps from Buzz Aldrin Foundation for their education efforts. She believes strongly in empowering young students, especially girls, with science skills and knowledge, and mentors them towards higher careers in these fields. In today's interview, we would get Dr. Mila's perspective on a chosen SDG goal, gender inequality, a sub issue, female participation in STEM related occupations. Thank you, Dr. Mila, for joining us today.
Thank you for inviting me. And I'm very happy to be here with all of you today and uh, happy to share my views on the topic that you brought up today, gender inequality in STEM, especially.
Thank you, Mom. So, first of all, Mom, we would like to know who inspired you to pursue this industry?
Yeah, for me, uh, as many of you, I was inspired by Carl Sagan, who used to run a series called Cosmos. And he's still one of the most famous science communicators. And it was really exciting for me to watch his shows. And I was as young as all of you, probably in the eighth grade. And still, my schoolmates make fun of me because I was one of the few people who, in eighth grade, said, I want to go into astrophysics. And I did go into astrophysics because, as you know, most people divert their fields. So, yeah, and I would also like to share that my father is a was a well-known scientist, and I was inspired by him to because he always gave me challenges. Something didn't work, or all the time he used to give me challenges of solving math problems, solving circuit problems, and through that I just got to know that everything in life is, for me, was solving problems and getting the solution. So I got inspired into that. So yes, these were the two people who inspired me at a very young age to go into the field of science, and especially physics and astronomy.
So, as the second question, can you tell us about what you consider as your biggest achievement so far?
uh, yeah, uh, you know like we are saying, it was a very exciting journey to go into astronomy. But it was always, I was always aware that there is a gender gap, because even when I went for my PhD program, I was the only woman in the class. But then after PhD, I was very lucky to be at the right place at the right time, and that helped me get a position as a postdoc at NASA Goddard Space Flight Center. And for all of you who may not know, you all hear of NASA. So NASA Goddard is one of the five NASAs, and that is where the data and the support science happens. What is support science? When a mission goes, you have to have scientists who support what kind of work will happen and what kind of data will come. So one of my biggest achievements was just after PhD, I happened to be on a project which was Cosmic Background Explorer. And that's really exciting because Cosmic Background Explorer, as the name suggests, was actually studying the cosmic background, which means it was studying the background of the universe. And it found the temperature, which is called 3 degree Kelvin background. And why is that exciting? Because that actually proved the way Big Bang happened. So this was a proof. And it was very hard work, because the way I went into it, you were just doing work without knowing what the outcome would be, but you had to believe in the outcome, and you had to keep on doing, creating the infrastructure and the framework for something for which you didn't know what the outcome would be. So, but yes, that project yielded very good results, and that was my first position out of graduate school. So I was very happy that I was given the opportunity to be a part of that group that was able to produce such wonderful results.
Thank you, ma'am. Moving on, what are the challenges women face in this field?
So yes, there are a lot of challenges, as you might know. Uh, there are challenges. So this is the field of STEM in particular, and science, technology, engineering, math. And so what are the statistics we see? We see that even in India, India has one of the highest number of women in STEM fields that come out of high school, and that's about 40%. But when you go to higher education, like at the PhD level, there's a very small percentage, and at the industry level, it's only like 15%. So where do we lose all these women who are interested in STEM? So these are the kind of things. So everywhere women face the challenges that they're made aware of, that there is a gender consciousness that men are more suited to STEM, especially engineering, computing, and that knowledge has to be separated out for women, and they should also be encouraged to be proficient in STEM fields from a young age. In India, there are further challenges that the society many times does not and do not encourage women to go back to work after marriage or after having children. So industry should also be supportive of women, create flexible environments, create child support, and so on. So yes, women face a challenge from a young age. At the college level, they face a challenge of their confidence. Are they suited to science and STEM? Are they even interested, or do they feel that science is very dry? A lot of times women feel challenged by the math that goes into it. And at the higher level in industry or at the work level, they feel that that you know industries or corporates or companies are not making it welcoming enough for them to survive in those fields. So we have to, yeah, so those are the kind of issues. It's all over the world, but in India specifically, because of society also, there are different kind of challenges.
Thank you, ma'am. Could you elaborate on the point that what are the suggestions that you would like to give to mitigate these challenges?
Right. So yeah, so some of the things that can be done to encourage women to go into these fields are: train them early, create special training programs for them. And like I said, women often feel that science is dry and challenging. So spark creativity in these fields, let them have fun, let them, uh, combine science with creativity. There should be special programs for women in STEM. Universities and educationists should encourage women in STEM by special programs, and there should be industry should support it by meaningful internships or placements so that women get to experience these fields and try to get a foothold into these subjects. So besides that, if companies can be supportive at the workplace by helping them have the right work life balance, maybe give them flexible time, let them work from home, create child support centers. So these are the kind of things that would help women survive in the STEM industry and grow.
So, Dr. Mila, do you feel that there is a low representation of women in decision-making roles?
Yeah, certainly in India and abroad, most higher level professionals in STEM, in the industry, in corporates, and in the government are men. So, and because it is already men, that that creates a negative effect, and then people who are, so the encouragement for women and the role models that they need, all that is necessary for that to change. So certainly it's true, but it is changing. So how is it changing? uh, in the recent years, more women are making it to the top. And for example, I would say all of you have heard, the women of ISRO were very highly profiled for Chandrayaan 2 and Mangalyaan. And I'm glad that they were highly profiled. So everywhere the young girls and young students could see that women can also excel in engineering. And, that's the kind of role models we need. Recently, last year, was the first time that Dr. Anupama was selected as as the first woman head of the Indian Astronomical Society. So that's the first time that happened. So again, that's very encouraging that a woman could make it to the top of astronomy, which traditionally has been, because you kind of think that people have to be in observatories and work late nights. But yes, she shattered that stereotype. And also, I would like to mention Dr. Gagandeep Kang, who was the first woman to be fellow of the Royal Society, and she's a very famous virologist and very outspoken. So these kind of women can create, good role models that young women would like to look up to. And not only young women, but even young men will know that their women are making it to the top and respect those kind of decisions. And women like this will make clear the way for other young women to slowly climb their way up to the top, so that they don't get distracted by roles that the society thrusts upon them, or by their own uh, or by not having confidence in themselves. Because if you see other women who made it to the top, then you'll also be encouraged to do so.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, it is also known that there's a lot of disparity in how men and women are paid. in the workforce. So, does such an issue exist in the STEM field as well? And have you faced any such issue?
So, funnily, I'd like to share a funny story that when I joined my PhD program, then my advisor joked with me saying that women need to work twice as hard as men to be paid half as much. And it is I mean, I always felt it's a challenge because you have to be super confident. You have to, uh, you have to really believe in yourself and not let people put you down. Uh, but I did see, because I was lucky to work in a place like NASA, which believes in diversity and hiring. There were a lot of women at the top, but yes, there women are paid less than men in STEM fields also, and they have fewer promotions and rarely make it to the top. So again, why is that? Because there are gender stereotypes. The culture is male dominated, and women have confidence issues. Because if they are put down, then they don't know how to rebut it and be confident about it. So I personally, I haven't faced it, but I know that there are lot of such issues. And some ways to deal with that is that women should be given the training to grow that confidence. They have to probably be given soft skill trainings also, such as good communication, management skills, and so that if they are given management roles or higher level roles, even the men who work under them should respect that these women deserve to be at the top for their skills, for their excellence, and they should not there should not be an issue of taking direction from women leaders. So yes, there are such issues, and we should try to find the way forward uh, to mitigate such issues and encourage women to make it all the way to the top, because we do need a more diversified workforce with women at the top.
So, ma'am,
And
are you
ma'am,
hinting towards that the government still hasn't provided so many facilities for women participation in fields like so?
Yeah, would you said you'd like me to speak a little bit more about that? Yeah, so you're right. So yeah, we need to provide as a society, and especially at a time when our future, see, all of you are in middle school, high school, and by the time you are in college or in the workforce, our society is tending more and more towards a STEM society. Why? Because we would have gone to the next level of space exploration, maybe gone to Mars or the moon. All our homes, all our lives will be more with artificial intelligence, with smart homes. There will be programming and computing involved in every field. So if we do not have women as a as a strong representation of STEM careers, then our country will also stand to lose, because we need a diversified workforce, because women bring in a different thought process into earlier people would say that, oh, only men are suitable for science, but no, women have their own thought process, their own intelligence, their own way of thinking that contributes a different perspective to STEM. And we need women in all these positions in STEM, because we cannot afford to lose out and just have men dominate the workforces, especially as our society grows in towards STEM and engineering dominated careers. Because otherwise there will be even less and less women, and we cannot afford that. We have to have a confident women workforce. And from the point of view of women, we have to give them that confidence so that they have the same earning capability as men, and only then will they become stronger in the society. They'll be confident in their earning power, and they will also then persuade the society that they need to work, they're passionate about work, and they will be able to continue a good homework balance if society helps them to do so.
Thank you, ma'am. And do you see any substantial development in the way society perceives women participation in the STEM field in the next 10 years?
So, being in the STEM outreach field, I am seeing efforts both in India and abroad on how to encourage women in the STEM programs. And like I said, it's partly because people foresee that our society is going to be very STEM dominated, and we cannot afford to leave the woman population behind. And another additional challenge is women tend to do a lot of work that can be replaced by automation. So we cannot afford that. We need women who are at the top, who are very creative, who are leaders in their fields. So according to UN, women are, only 14% of the overall scientists, scientists, engineers, and technologists in the research development institutions. So we have to find a way that this will happen. The so all over, even in India, there are corporates that are doing girls in STEM programs, and that's very encouraging. Uh, there are robotics institutions that are encouraging girls. There are, like I said, we have more and more role models in STEM fields who are speaking out and being very visible. The new education policy will also encourage not just girls but everybody to get into coding, programming, maybe even engineering, so girls won't feel that they have not developed those skills. And I think the government is creating a lot of programs, and there are internships and uh, such programs for and of course, some university programs that are designed specifically to encourage women to go into these fields. So I hope that it works and women feel that they have job prospects and keep on at it, because there are going to be a lot of jobs in these fields in the next few years. So uh, we need the women to build up the balance.
As one last question to conclude this interview, ma'am, we are really eager to know what would be your ultimate goal in life.
So yeah, I'm one of these people who um the reason I feel I don't get old even though I'm aging is because I'm always interested in what's coming up new. So just like you guys, I'm interested in what's happening on Instagram, what's happening on Facebook, what's how to take the latest videos, how gaming works, and why. And so I feel that I mean, thanks to all of you first to give me the welcome experience to share my passion and my thoughts with youngsters. And I hope to encourage more students to think beyond succeeding at exams and getting interested in science and math and technology just for the sake of enjoying the mysteries of the universe and trying to solve them. Or even if you don't solve them, you recognize that there are so many problems, still not problems, but so many things we don't know about the universe. And uh, and these are basic things that govern our way of living, so we need to find out more about them. So as far as my life story is concerned, it's not going to end. I'm just going to keep on getting into new things. My passion is astronomy, is space, and also it's science outreach. Like I said, I write an article about nowadays I write an article called Explainer. So it explains different things of science. And I myself get excited when I'm researching the new thing to talk about. So I look forward to more ways to do science outreach. And that's the reason why I'm excited to find out the new technology and new modes of communication that all you youngsters are doing, so that I feel I can involve more students, get them excited about science. I look forward to mentoring more students and learning about new things of astronomy and space myself. So yes, I don't see an end to my journey. I look forward to motivating students, sharing my passion in science, and learning more myself.
Ma'am, it was truly inspiring to hear about how you broke down the barriers that were raised on your journey and how age is just a number for you and there's just an endless research that you still want to continue. It was also enlightening to hear that gender inequality is an issue that is being tackled in the STEM field also, and surely in the future, as you said, things should get better. Thank you so much, ma'am, for giving us your valuable time and giving us some insights about this important issue. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, all. Thanks, all of you, and thanks to your teachers and coordinators for encouraging all of you to take up such a role of, promoting uh, gender genders in STEM through a dialogue with me. And all the best to you going forward.